Alright, so hello and welcome to hopefully a recording podcast. I've been having a little bit of issues with getting my podcasts to save properly. I'm going to turn the volume off of this because you guys don't need to hear the marks chatting back and forth. Alright, so we are going to load the checkpoint. A couple things I wouldn't talk about. Where are we in this? Okay, the last two. So I kind of want to put together, by the end of this week, my perspective on a couple of games. I'm going to get one together for this game that I'm playing now, which is the Mega Man Collection number 2. And I also want to get one together for... I'm probably gonna die here. Another one together for ARMS. Well, that works. I'm gonna probably bring up my kid a little bit later. I had a nice podcast put together, but unfortunately, things happened where I was attempting to get it recorded and OBS was not being cooperative. So I will hopefully be getting Barry back again shortly. We had a really good conversation, not specifically about games. We were talking more about nerdy movies and shit, which I'm kind of hoping, that the audience is into. Games and nerdy comic books and stuff like that go hand in hand. And actually, hopefully, we can get a good conversation about the new Amazon series, The Tick, which, as some of you may already be aware, was an old comic, but it was also a television series, animated and then live action. The animated, the voice actor was the voice actor for a bunch of different people, but more importantly, well, I guess not more importantly, but more notably, the live action was the character who played Joe Swanson who plays Joe Swanson in Family Guy. So kind of interesting listening to hearing his voice. Big fan of the new Tick series. Definitely want to talk to Barry a lot more on that. We watched a bit of that yesterday. And we're just trying to dodge him now, I guess. I did this part a little bit earlier. These guys are a freaking bugger. Yeah. There we go, there's a death. That's alright, we can refill some stuff. Not 100% sure what I need to do to take him down. Maybe because we're just recording a podcast, I'll do a little off-camera cheating. Maybe cut this part out. Maybe not, the magic of it all. Let's see, weakness is Thunderbolt, which I have a decent amount for. So we're going to take him down here. Also, so I said ARMS, and no, I didn't say ARMS. I also want to do a review for ARMS. These two reviews for ARMS and Mega Man Collection 2 are going to probably be a little bit different than other reviews that I've made in the past. I want to kind of give a more personal perspective. I think there's a lot more to say about both of these. Okay, so that doesn't take those down very well. when he does jump down, those guys drop off. Well, I guess not too much to say about the collection, but there is quite a bit about ARMS. It's an interesting game in the sense that there's nothing really like it out there on the market, unless you include the Wii Sports, which I kind of don't for this. So we're gonna be fighting the 8 robot bosses again, trying to get through the end of this. I know I say a lot, and I really shouldn't. Just something that has been kind of stuck with me. Is that desire to bring out the right words, not screw anything up. So yeah, we're gonna go through the bosses again. If you've been sticking to the live streams, I have gotten considerably further in the game. Some on camera, some off. Mostly because of the same reason I've been having issues recording in OBS. I kind of brought down the total picture quality or not quality, yeah, I guess, all the recording stuff. But yeah, we should hopefully have some pretty exciting things going on this week. Freeze. There we go. Yeah, there's the again. Sorry. A little bit of concentrating here and there. All these robot bosses, once they get on top of you, it seems like they're just relentless. There we go. And hopefully I can take one more. Nope. Yep, there's death. That's unfortunate. I should have enough freeze to get through it, though. Geez, that really does zoom in on me. What was the... We are going to do a group podcast. I don't want to kind of burn through everything that I want to talk about there. We're definitely going to be getting into Overwatch. Because, well, that's a game that we love to play. Somebody did something pretty big. Oh, I might talk with this in the podcast. I might not. Microsoft is getting close to their VR HoloLens project completion. That seemed really interesting to me. I don't know if it's different hardware for the performance, but they definitely mentioned about having their Ultra PC version is going to be able to pump out 90 frames per second, which is freaking awesome. As far as I'm aware, the PlayStation VR pops out around 30 frames per second, and that's even with a PlayStation Plus. I could be wrong about those numbers, but I do know that so far it's not nearly as powerful as Microsoft is claiming theirs to be. Should be really interesting. Hoping to try to get my hands on one at some point. So yeah, I mean, oh, and not just it being faster and potentially more powerful, but this is also getting priced at the exact same pricing point that the PlayStation VR just dropped itself down to. So if you were looking at the PSVR, the VR with camera is now going for $3.99. Previously that was just the VR headset by itself, no camera included. So they're essentially, you know, giving you the camera for free. And then they have their bundle that they had originally only offered at the when PSVR had launched, which includes the Move controllers and oh shit, I did not want to do that. So which includes the Move controllers and the VR Worlds game. So they're going to give all of that for $4.50 as opposed to the $4.99, or I guess $4.49 instead of the $4.99 price point, which is fucking awesome. You know, the more that the VRs get out there, the cheaper that it gets and more accessible. I have played quite a bit of sampling of VR games. I've not gotten to play Resident Evil 7 yet, but I have enjoyed most of what I've played. Definitely have that starting sickness, which, you know, your eyes are trying to adjust to the 3D world, and the constant motion controls. The one space game where you pilot a spaceship is really cool, but I'll tell you what, having basically you have your normal, you know, controller where you've got your move your character and move your camera. Now you've got a secondary camera, which is your head, and having that secondary camera tagged along with the camera for your control stick can really F up your stomach a bit. So, but I've been told that it gets better over time, that your eyes do in fact get used to it. I've kind of noticed it myself, playing around with it more and more, but they have a really nice game. What the heck is it? It's like one of the old vector graphic tank games. There was a old tank game that I used to play when I was a kid that had those style graphics, and just the camera movements and everything felt nice and crisp. Those not low quality graphics, but not talking too much, not really pushing the graphics as hard, is really nice on the eyes, so I kind of appreciate that. I finally know what my dad used to say when he would try to play games with me and say, oh, it's giving me a headache. You know, it's not just a cop-out. It kind of does suck now, you know, getting a little bit older, and the games and graphics and motion and stuff really starting to affect, you know, your stomach. I'm sure if there are any other older dads out there, same thing, you know, like amusement park rides. As a kid, going on rides all the time, you know, the eyes and the stomach were fine. You know, now there's only so much that I can go on without wanting to get sick. So what did we say? We said Thunderbolt we need. And I normally like to make it close and personal with Wily by the end, so I'm guessing, I haven't looked yet, that we're gonna need the Slash Claw for the final part. Hopefully this video isn't too long. I didn't want to get too long-winded, since I do want to have a... We're gonna have a semi-full panel podcast this weekend, get it up next Monday. I just want to get something out there because I've been really disappointed with the quality of the streams that I've been getting lately, and just everything kind of moving slower. I know Williamson's been doing a great job with his Splatoon reviews, and I've been loving that. My kid's been loving watching him play through it. I hope, all of you have too. He's been having a lot of help with his wife, who's, I think, has been doing a great job with the editing. I'm sure the rest of you guys do too. So there's that phase. And part of the courts, Wily's not done yet. Freeze cracker. Okay. So we are going to... Oh boy, one of these. We'll drain our E-tank. We got a weapon tank here. Oh, all of them. Alright. That is... Oh, nice. I mean, I'm getting hit, and that sucks, but... this is very reminiscent of a... So I want to avoid that ice at all costs. Just like that. Ooh, I should not have... Alright, bit the dust on that one. We'll give it another go. Dun, 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 dun. I'm actually really excited. I've seen part of this ending. I want to experience it for myself. Kind of a heavy point in the Mega Man franchise. You guys will see what I'm talking about when we get there. I am down one E-tank, which really sucks. And I don't have the special tank. I'm not upset about it. Because, I used it on the final boss. And we'll try to put him down. Come on. There we go. Alright. And this is Freeze Cracker. Pop them there. Actually okay with that egg, which is weird. I don't know if you take more damage with the egg or what, but I seem to be more mobile when I get the egg dropped on my head, which is, I don't seem to have as much of a delay as if when I get just plain stuck like there. Oh! Popped it on the ground. Is this... Yeah, you can aim it. See, I kind of hurt myself in these games because I always forget to play around with the normal weapons, because I'll go through and I'll play an entire game and hardly ever use anything with the blaster in the main stages. Mostly because in a lot of the games, the weapons aren't the greatest. You know, they serve a little bit of a purpose. They might change the background, unlock a hidden secret. Like in this game, you can unlock, you know, when you unlock the certain parts and stuff, which is fine and dandy, but, you know, doesn't really serve that much of a purpose. I don't care too much about it. Like this, you know, it floats up. If it does something else, whoop-de-doo. I haven't found too many practical uses for it. It seems like during the normal levels, your rush gear, or your rush transformations, or whatever you want to call them, tend to be the more important pieces to get and guide you, which is kind of nice because, you know, your whole battle, everything that you're supposed to do canon-wise is with Rush. You know, he's your partner, so utilizing him more often is a good mechanic and not a terrible thing to want the player to do. I'm not 100% certain if that's the goal that they were going for, but, you know, that's what I pull out of it. Man, this guy really sucks if you're not using the weapon on him, because you let him get even a little bit. That flamethrower thing that he does really eats you alive. Something I'm not fond of. I think that they should make it somewhat reasonable for you to defeat each of the masters with the blaster. You know, obviously, almost never the case for a Mega Man game, but you can dream. I know towards the end of the X series, there were those games where there's one where they actually gave you the option to use the ultimate suit instead of just the regular X suit, and almost, you know, by mistake a couple times, because you're terribly nerfed when you're only playing as normal X. You know, I made it through the game pretty much with just using normal Mega Man and the powers that you get out of it. That ultimate buster, and I've mentioned it in a couple of podcasts, but I guess not podcasts, but my sessions, which are probably not saved, so I guess I can say it again. I'm not a big fan of the Mega Man, the charge shot. Not a fan. I much preferred it the old style of running around. The last one flawlessly, and just using your buster. I thought he was coming down. Now he is. No? Crap. Well, that's not good. Yeah, just using your buster and running through. It kind of hurts the pacing. For me personally, you know, anytime that I have to sit there and wait for something to charge, that's time that I could have spent blasting robots and progressing through the game and getting through it. So yeah, every time I have to charge something, it kills me inside. There we go. We got him. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get through. Dr. Wily first phase without taking too much damage. I haven't really... See, in the past, a lot of the phase 1s I can get through with a decent amount of practice with very little damage taken off. He's been a bit of a pain in the ass the couple times that I've practiced recently, because I've gotten to him in the challenges. I don't remember if in my first video I had gone through the first challenges. I don't think I did. So here we go. We need Freeze Cracker, and we need Thunderbolt, and I think it said Coil isn't a bad option either. So no E-tanks, one weapon tank, and one special tank. So unless there's something, you know what? I bet if I use the search, I could get something. Oh well, when I die I can see. Be nice if they had like an E-tank or something sitting up there. No bueno. No bueno. I wish there was an easier way to deal with these guys. No, they shouldn't be taking as many charge shots from me as they do. Or at least, you know, stay consistent with your movement. So now I'm conflicted. I'm not sure whether or not I want to no, I don't. I'm just gonna find them. Oh, that fire is a bastard too. Need Thunderbolt if I have to defeat phase 1 again, which I should. Let's pull out that rush search. Gotta get me something here. Come on. Not even a boot? Oh, that's crap rush. Come on. Let's try again over here. Try again in the middle. Oh, he's got something. Ah, it's lame. Come all the way in the corner. Yeah, it's definitely lame. Guys, you could have given me a little something. Yep, gotta go up against this big guy again. So I am getting hungry. I may end up cutting and then coming back to this later. So if I do, you'll get another brief introduction from me as I try to struggle through this. Getting a couple good hits off there. So, I'm thinking... Yeah, that just toasts through me. Just put one foot in front of the other, and soon I'll be wiping you off the floor. Come on. RNGesus was not kind. No mercy today. It's okay. There we go. Oof. Right now, you kind of catch them. You know, I'm gonna load the checkpoint, and I'm just going to concentrate on destroying those things, because those things suck. We'll try the claw on them. So obviously Thunderbolt to start us off. Because something's got to take them down easy, right? It's kind of creepy, that pan in and out camera. Well, that was a waste. No, not worth it. Won't even fly away. Alright. And we're just gonna keep doing this. till we figure out how to deal with those little fuckers. So the D lets us down. I haven't tried the noise yet. I wonder if even the adapter works on them. Well, again, I should just sit forward. It's doing a better job of following my face this way. Alright, 2 shots off. I think I counted wrong. There we go. Start off with the adapt. Charge up a shot. Wonder if he... wonder if he has any effect. I go adapt. If he automatically... Let's see. It's 2 times in a row. Three times in a row. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how we're going to beat him. We are going to trick his RNG because it knows that the Adept is the best weapon to use against his little junk bots. And that's how we're going to do that. Pro tip. Make your enemy show his hand, and then exploit it. So, I am going to get... That was junk. Oh. What the hell? Alright. I need somebody to explain to me why this is not working anymore. Just when you think that you've gotten a rhythm down, Mega Man takes it away. And yeah, if anybody's watching this, obviously I'm going to edit all of this. Start with Thunderbolt. Screw it, I'm just gonna use the blaster. I'm just gonna do this a long way. Alright. Enough with our stupid pro tips. It's time to defeat this guy. Call it a day. Too early. Just some poor timing. Kill one. Yeah. Okay. The one nice thing about this game too is the fact that you can work on different strategies. Having save slots is nice. Especially in a Mega Man game, because you get the skill, you get good enough, where it's better just to not waste an entire afternoon or week replaying, going through. I mean, sure, back in my day, that's how we built character and all that crap, but you know what? Fuck it. still doing great. Switch. And we get ready for this fight. A lot of slide jumping. Getting much better though. And your always punishment for not beating it would be having to put up with a slow crawl back in. Two shots off. Hit again. There we go. Wow. All right. I'm just having a hard time reading that. So an extra edit here, an extra edit there. Hopefully I am finally on to my final play of Dr. Wily in Mega Man 7. We're going to go back in and load our save state. Again, we've defeated the 8 robot masters enough times. All we're going to do is refill our freeze and our thunderbolt so that we have them available when we take down the evil Dr. Wily. Hopefully we can do this one shot. I've had some time to get some sleep, get some rest. He has actually been probably the hardest one that I've had to take down. So here we go. You know, I've had easier times with Sigma and... Oop. Probably not going to be this one, just judging by how much life I've already lost. We're looking for almost a perfect first round against Dr. Wily. Well, we're looking to actually take him down for the final time, or at least for the final time that we know of. That's alright. We're gonna come in, then we're gonna give it our all, and for the most, we're just gonna practice taking him down. This is a merge between another one of the hardest. Yeah, there we go. Dr. Wily fights that I've encountered. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the later core Mega Man ones. Might have actually been 3. Where he has the plasma bursts around him, and then he fires them off, and you have to do kind of a slide and then a jump. I don't know if it was just if it's been lack of overall practice out of my part, or this one is genuinely harder. I do know that those elementals that he fires off really ramp up the difficulty. Just because of the extra stun effect that it has on you. Not a big fan of any time that, you know, at least especially a final boss, when you get punished that hard for taking a single hit. As you can see, you know, Dr. Wily is already does heavy damage without the need of a sort of delay onto my character. And if there was a way to, you know, stave off elemental attacks like that, then sure, I'd take the extra damage. But the fact that when he gets you in that flame attack or the ice attack, you're automatically going to get hit with that extra thunderbolt. So the goal here is, see, right there. And I thought I did that quick enough. What you're supposed to do is that right there. You give him the ice attack. That does the most damage to him in a rapid motion, I'm guessing. And then, yeah, anytime you get that, and I didn't. That was just me getting excited. Gotta get myself back in the rhythm. painful again. Update. Interesting. Been out for just about a year now. Wonder what the update was. Yeah. Huh. All right. So I'm not sure if the freeze is the most powerful against him, but it is certainly the most consistent at hitting him. This is Final Life. I might as well use this now. And it's just a back and forth. Gotta go back and start from the beginning again. For some reason, I thought I had already used up. Alright, well, we just need to play as good as we did. We can do that, right? Not like that. If I can get his RNG to keep doing that, I can. It's all because of that secondary hop right there. If he didn't have that... Boom. Alright. This is just about as good as the last round. Now I know a lot of YouTubers or Twitch streamers, they'll go and they'll do like a death counter. Not through this first playthrough. Death counters in Mega Man games on first playthroughs are just... they're just mean. I don't hate myself that much. So, maybe, when I do a sort of Mega Marathon, I'll consider it. Where I go through, I want to get the whole gang together to do all of the Mega Man games. And, you know, we're going to have padded deaths, because it's not really Rhodes' thing. And I think even Mark had said that he doesn't really play too many of the core Mega Man series games. I don't know if he said he's beat any of them yet. Because as much as I bang my head against the wall, these games are genuinely considered hard. You know, obviously amongst the Mega Man community, we don't consider them to be all that difficult, and we'll bust that out now. But, you know, they are genuinely hard for people that don't play Mega Man games obsessively, as probably anybody who's watching this video and laughing at me. So, you know, we'll play through them, we'll have a bunch of deaths, we'll laugh, we'll keep a death counter rolling as we play through all of them. I'm considering purchasing, I don't have Collection 1 on in a copy that I've opened yet. I have the first collection in for the 3DS that came with the amiibo. I am not opening that. That is going to be my one new inbox Mega Man game that I'm just not gonna ever open. It's nice to just be able to say I have at least one Mega Man game that is brand new, untouched, just because of going through and the struggle of trying to collect all of these games over the years, and the price of them. So it's like, yeah, I own a new Mega Man game. Would have rather have sacrificed and gotten the electric burster there, but that's alright. Can't always pick how you're gonna take your damage. Chicken pot pie in the oven. Like I said, if you are going to need to take damage from Dr. Wily, have it be one of these electric bursters, because that is the only thing that doesn't cause some sort of stun. And ladies and gentlemen, I am very proud to say that motherfucker is dead. Whew! Here we go. Okay, I give up. Sorry about all the trouble. I'll go quietly. I don't trust you, Wily. I'm gonna do what I should have done years ago. I mean, damn, he gets dark in this game. Super Nintendo, raise that age gap. You forget, Mega Man, robots can't harm humans. I am more than a robot. I mean, if he didn't say it like this, die Wily. I mean, there's no more powerful dialogue in any Mega Man game than those two words right there. Just that, die Wily. Too late, Mega Man. He who hesitates is lost. We shall return. I mean, just damn. He doesn't even look happy leaving. Cool guys, don't look back at explosions. I mean, normally it's some nice somber music as he's walking back. Sonic? Freeze Man. I'm not gonna butcher these awesome developers' names. But we will sit here and we will honor every single one of them and their massive contribution towards this, what I would say, pretty excellent game. I'm not ready to go out and give it as my number one. My number one is still going to be number 2 out of the original series, but I'm gonna say no speeder bikes, which is great. I really enjoyed 10 and the ending for 10, but maybe it's the amount of time that I put into trying to beat Wily, that extra satisfaction of finally getting it done. But I kind of want to give 7 as my number 2. Maybe 1 as number 3. And then it's kind of split between, you know, the 3, 4, 5, and 6. 8 was alright. Not a big... It's got that speeder bike. It's either the speeder bike or the dash that you have to do. Maybe you dash on a speeder bike. I don't remember. Not a big fan of that. 9 was... The level design drove me nuts. And we'll play through those at some point. I am going to give a break to the Mega Man series for a little bit. We have Mario and Rabbids just came out. I will be picking up that and playing through. I might do some streaming of that. We're doing gameplay throughout, and then finishing it off with a review at the end of it. I doubt I'm going to really do a review for this. I might do a discussion on what I think of the Mega Man Legacy 2 collection. Kind of how they put it together. I'm going to play through some challenges and then kind of come up with a video for that. So yeah. This is the ending. kind of just enjoy that music for a minute. We've earned it. I wonder if any of these developers have any regrets over not using their real names and kind of going with those jokey names. I mean, they know who they are. Ooh, treble and bass. As the flames burn. Ooh. That's a good galaxy right there. That looks pretty. Bringing it back to Dr. Light. Those goofy, googly-eyed Met. Is that it? Let's see. Thank you for playing. Yeah. The Fateful Showdown. $19.95. Well, there we go. That is the first game in the Mega Man 7 collection. You have your cover art for 8, 9, and 10. I have gone through already. Done some of the extra challenges. Gotten gold on Gutsman. Not sure. That is my food right there telling me my time is up. I might play around with it a little bit more. I really enjoy these stage remixes a lot. Just going back through and running through. I'm pretty sure I posted a video on it. Maybe if I didn't, I'm gonna have to do that at some point. It just goes through and remixes all the stages and basically takes a chunk out of each one, and you go through, and it's fun when you get to the end of one of the stages and then it throws you into some weird portion of the other one. So you're not playing through the entire, all of the stages. They kind of segment it. And especially with Legacy 1, what they did with Mega Man 2, how you jumped in was really neat. Where they picked your points and the flow of that, really enjoyed. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast and my playthrough of Mega Man 7. I will catch you guys later.